Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Toby.
And my name is Heidi.
And before I begin, I want to share with you 2017 bull run went 365 days. We are in 2021, only 200 days in this bull run so far. Guys, we're just getting started and we have a long way to go, I think. So we have much higher to go, in my opinion. As far as a long way to go, I don't know, but I know that back in 2017, there were some days that, the market went up so much. And if you had missed that day of not being in the market, you would have missed out on the majority of gains. I think it happened like 6 or 7 times where if you weren't in the market those 6 or 7 days, you would have missed out on pretty much the entire bull run. So keep that in mind when panicking and trying to get in lower.
I'm trying to time the market perfectly.
Guys, I mean, no offense to anyone out there, but that is stupid. Just dollar cost average. We've been telling our Patreon members, hey guys, this is what we're doing. This is exactly what we're doing. And, they're killing it. And we are too. So
yeah, I mean, that's something that we're kind of beating like a...
the dead horse.
I don't want to say that phrase. I feel bad for the horse. But you don't get so greedy and don't get so desperate. Like, it's so easy to make profit during a bull run. It's literally the easiest time. You just buy and hold.
Yeah,
and accumulate when you can. Dollar cost average, buy the dips. It's very easy. You don't have to time even if you're brand new to cryptocurrency, brand new to investing, you're going to see profits. Yeah. Don't think, oh my gosh, I didn't buy Bitcoin when it was at $10, so I need to do some crazy things to make up for that. Chill, because most likely you're going to overreact, overcorrect, and miss it. And yeah. So anyway, I actually didn't know that the last bull run in 2017 lasted exactly 1 year.
365 days, yeah.
Learn something new every day, and
exactly.
That's what you can expect here on
I mean, it's
Crypto
all
Tips.
debatable, like when it started or whatever, but that's pretty much when it kind of broke out. Yeah, it kicked in.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. It's great to have you guys here, and to all of our new CT Club members.
And like and subscribe, please. It really helps us out.
So these AMAs are questions submitted by our Patreons, the people in our CT Club. If you want to join, you can get trade alerts, classes. You can see what we're doing with our own portfolio. A link for that is down below in the video description. Check out the CT Club. Okay. So here's some questions for you, or for us. First one, do you still feel as bullish today as 3 days ago? Do you think it's the beginning of a bear, or is it all FUD?
I am incredibly bullish right now. Like, this is great, guys. This is really fun because now we're getting rid of all these leveraged people. Also, shorts are building up. So what that means is people that are betting the price of Bitcoin is going to go lower. Mm-hmm. That's really important because they too are leveraged. So it's not just people that are getting annihilated when it goes up, because the price is going down. But when people are putting puts out there, that means they're betting that the price is going to go lower. And so when the price goes higher and they're leveraged, say like 3 to 5 to 10 to 1 or whatever, they're getting annihilated. They have to buy back at a higher price. And that's really explosive to the price when it does recover, because these people that were betting that it was going to go down have to buy back at a higher price, and they lose their shirts. And
yeah, it's called a short squeeze.
Yeah, short squeeze, and they're really beautiful when they happen.
Yeah, if you're holding, it's great.
If you're holding, yeah, it's not beautiful for them. It's funny though.
Also, I think this is something that really differentiates between seasoned investors and newcomers to this space. When you see moves like we saw yesterday, or was it like 24 hours ago? These moves, it wasn't even 40%. It was like over a 30% dip, a healthy dip that, we've said all the time. If you watch Toby's last video, the Bitcoin pep talk, it lays out these dips and how they should happen. They typically happen about 6 times during the past bull run. And we have not seen 6, by the way. Like, maybe this is the first big one that we've seen.
This is the first big one, yeah.
So The difference is a seasoned investor gets nervous when the price starts climbing like crazy. New investors get really excited and everyone starts talking about it. Seasoned investors love dips like this because they are a healthy correction. They actually help this bull run last longer because it makes that bull run more sustainable. It establishes a new floor, a new support level for it to build off of. And newcomers see these dips and they think it's all over. So that's something that we really love to provide you guys, is that perspective of a seasoned investor in these crypto markets. You know, crypto is growing like crazy. It's all over the media thanks to all these celebrities talking about NFTs and everything. It's kind of crazy, but it's bringing a lot of uneducated people here, and they're coming in, they're buying. They don't know why they're buying. They're buying because some guy who doesn't know anything about crypto is talking about it, and so that legitimizes crypto to them. But these people, these celebrities, aren't going to tell you when to sell because they don't know when the heck to sell. They're going to do it all their own. They're not taking any responsibility basically for their platform that they have. So that's where we're stepping in and kind of cleaning up the mess behind them of the fun and FOMO.
Yeah, I mean, and also, guys, we haven't even been down 38% yet.
No. There was like 4 of those.
There's 3 or 4 of those in the last bull run. 38% dips. I mean, imagine the chaos of the people that are invested now being in back then. Oh my gosh, they would have panicked sold way sooner. Yeah. So I get it, guys, that it's scary sometimes when you see your portfolio dropping 20 to 30 to close to even 40%. You know, that's really scary, especially when you're a traditional investor, let's say in stocks or whatever, and you're used to like a 5% dip is like front cover headline of CNBS or whatever. And, yeah, that's it. So, you know, that scares a lot of people. And now you're dealing with this all the time. So just relax, enjoy the fun. This is the Wild West right here. This isn't a very controlled environment here like stocks are. You know, they have circuit breakers with stocks, you know, so in case it drops too far, they halt trading. There's none of that. This is the free market right here. This is completely different than the completely manipulated, controlled traditional finance stock market. And yeah, people are going to have to get used to price discovery in a free market. Yeah. And this is what you're going to get right here. So the people that are going to make it are the ones that take the emotions out of this and that can just hold. You know, that's pretty much it. And that understand why we are in this space.
Also, I'm going to kind of pivot because this isn't a question, but I think it goes right along what you're saying, is it's a free market, but there is manipulation happening with whales, with the prices of crypto, and they can do that because it's still such a small market. But, you know, people like, oh, crypto sucks, it is manipulated because there's whales. You can benefit from those price swings as well because it doesn't affect the overall direction of where this tech is going and this brand new asset is going. You can take advantage of the dips that they create. You can take advantage of the crazy price swings. You know, you can, if you want to, if you're a seasoned investor, you can definitely, you know, buy the dip and skim off the top when it's skyrocketing. So yeah, it's a fact of life, and the sooner you acclimate to that, the more you can take advantage of it, basically. So yeah. Anyway, next question. Stepping out of crypto and into surfing, for those of you who are new and you don't know, Toby is a big wave surfer. Go ahead and Google Toby Cunningham and see what pops up. Anyway, to Toby.
DuckDuckGo. Don't use
yes.
Google.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I even said that.
Now. That was a rookie mistake.
Shame on me.
All right.
Thanks. To Toby, how does the feeling of big wave surfing compare to normal wave surfing? I mean, is it the speed? Are turns even possible?
So where I usually surf, we have to have a jet ski because the waves are too big to actually physically paddle into. Too fast and too big. Yeah. And so we need an engine pretty much to get us into these waves. And so with that said, the difference between big wave surfing and small wave surfing, this type of surfing is experimental. So we're using experimental boards. We're using Kevlar in our boards, whereas usual surfboards are like styrofoam or whatever.
Super heavyweight.
Super heavyweight. And also the wipeouts are like beyond crazy. I'm amazed that I'm still alive. actually.
Oh, great.
With some of the wipeouts, I mean, I got to the beach
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, and I didn't remember how I got to the beach, and that's how like crazy it can shake you. And also the waves when they're 80 foot plus, they're really bumpy, and you go so much faster than any other wave in the world. So, and then you have like, it's really cool because when I'm going down the wave, you have literally thousands and thousands of people watching you on the cliff, and there's only a couple of people out in the water.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a spectator sport.
Yeah, I think it's just everything is amplified. The speed of the wave, the adrenaline you get from it, the consequences of it, the need of a team that you trust.
And Heidi is
It's a whole
actually
other
part of
thing.
our team, which you may not know. Heidi's not only like a crypto freaking expert, but she also is our radio person on top of the cliff, because when we are waiting for a wave, when it's that big, we cannot see anything out to sea. It's all just giant lumps of water coming in, giant mountains. And so Heidi is there to tell us, hey, there's a giant wave coming. It's the third wave of the set. And then also if I fall, then everybody can come and try to rescue me, or I rescue
I just help them coordinate from what's happening in the ocean to what's happening with the surfer. I'm the eyes in the sky.
And
I'm like the big brother.
And this, like, my mindset is very extreme. And so with that said, back 8 years ago, that's pretty much why I got into Bitcoin, and literally threw my entire life savings and pretty much everything I owned into Bitcoin. I remember selling my car. I'm like, dude, I can ride my bike, to work or whatever. And it was I was willing to pretty much live on the streets before I sold any Bitcoin.
We legitimately had our backup plan was to have enough money to buy a one-way ticket to Hawaii and just live on the beach in Hawaii, and
Not sell any Bitcoin.
there's free showers on the beach. This is before we started Crypto Tips, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how extreme
Luckily,
I
it didn't
was.
get to that point, but we had, because that's what we were willing to do before we were going to sell our crypto.
I wasn't going to ever sell the Bitcoin, because I think it was like a couple weeks after I read the white paper, or pretty soon after that, that I realized, wow, I'm never selling this. Like, this is great. This is going to change the world. And I'm on like these exchanges. I'm just like, wow, this is a totally new world here. Because I had a stock exchange, and then I had a, crypto exchange. And I'm like, stock exchanges suck. I can just transfer this coin all the way to another exchange, and I don't even have to deal with a broker, and it's 24/7. I was blown away. And I was telling people this back then, and everybody thought I was talking like an alien, because nobody had ever even heard of Bitcoin back then. And I looked on YouTube, and I'm like, there's one or two guys, maybe. There was like Tizen and some other guy with a weird hat.
The Daily Decrypt from Amanda
the
Johnson.
Daily Decrypt.
That
But
was a good one.
even back then, she wasn't around. So she started even after that. So Heidi was actually one of the first women in the space on YouTube. She was the second woman on the space. And that was pretty, that's when she was starting, I'm like, go for it. You're like, there's no women out here. You got to go for it.
I had a very strong support system in Toby.
Yes,
which was
I
so
was
nice,
very happy
because
with that.
I did not necessarily have the confidence for it. So thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, next question. This kind of ties into what we were saying with the first question, but we'll see. What signals do you guys go by to assume we're entering a bear market? When do you see a dip and know, okay, this is it? He's asking because I'm investing for the long term in primarily Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I've put a little extra into Ethereum and other altcoins that I'd like to pull profit out of to pay off debts. I don't want to realize that we've hit a bear market after everything is already lower than I bought in at. Not trying to time the market perfectly, but just wondering what exactly to look for.
Yeah, like you said, it's really hard to time it'll be impossible.
And you don't have to time it perfectly, which is the golden rule that no one seems to understand.
Yeah. So I'm going to be, I'm not going to sell any Bitcoin, by the way. I'm going to sell everything else, a little bit of everything else, some everything. But like my main ones, I'm not going to sell all of it. So I'm going to look at exchange outflows, like coming back into the into exchanges. And so once that starts happening in mass, then that's when I'm going to be like, all right, I'm done. I don't care. Like, it could last another month or 2 or 3. I don't care if it goes up another 200%. Doesn't matter. You know, like, we have financial goals that we want to meet, and once we have that, we're good. You know what I mean? So that's where we are at. So if your financial goals are met, maybe that's a good sign that you've done it.
Don't let your greed seep in. You know, as it is risky to mistime it because you just want to see how high it's going to go. Or, you know, you might think exactly like you're saying, like when you see a dip and think that's it, because if you don't know any better, you're like, oh, it's just a dip. And then you're just waiting because you want to get more profits, and then it's just dropping. And then that's when you really need to pay attention to your investment plan. You really need to make an investment plan and stick to it, because there's a lot of people also who make that plan and then they call an audible and they go off their plan because all of a sudden the price are doing a lot more than they thought they would or whatever. And so there's ways you can mitigate that. You can take profits when you want. You can dollar cost average out of a position so you're meeting your financial goals, and then you can still save some coins just to see, you know, what happens. So you can feed that little greedy demon in you too.
Once again, we're not selling any Bitcoin.
No.
Just I need to know that.
Next question. Hi, can you provide a quick explanation of crypto winter for new investors as myself? Thanks. Okay. Well, friend, crypto winter is where you get street cred in the crypto industry. It's where everyone has declared Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies dead, a scam, a bubble that popped, never to return again. It is actually where a lot of the tech is built on, improved, moving forward, because they don't have, there's this thing that happens during a bull run where everything is flooded with new people. Channels like ours are flooded with new subscribers, which is great. Our Patreon membership has been exploding, but with that comes you need to facilitate these people. You need to answer their questions. You need to help them however they see fit to use your platform. This is the same for exchanges. It's the same for networks, for wallet providers. During a bull run, basically people are kind of more preoccupied with facilitating the end user. But during a bear market, during the crypto winter, is where things go quiet. You can hunker down and get a lot of research done. That's when I get most of my research done. Actually, I can really dig deep into different projects, see what is actually being built, who is still making improvements when the hype isn't there anymore. When it's not just about making profits, it's about actually building something that will be used to the benefit of the world in the future. I love crypto winter, actually. So
yeah, it's pretty nice.
As an investor, you might not like it, but if you're someone who's actually interested in learning more about crypto, who actually wants to see this space continue to develop in a more decentralized manner, that's where it's at. That's my take on crypto winter.
Yeah, and you take advantage of it. You know, it's kind of like an athlete trains, right? This is when the athlete is training. And then the game is like the bull run.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to, but you're not going to be able to sustain yourself in, you know, the Olympics if you're not trading, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, so many days beforehand. Yeah. So, yeah, and it can be really dangerous too, because, I mean, if you don't accumulate and you kind of and train a little bit, then you're going to get smashed in a bull run, especially like right now when, you know, half the world's freaking out about Bitcoin, whereas where we are here just kind of laughing it off. You know, people are going to get hurt. You know, people are going to get smashed and thrown out of their game and lose a lot of money because they're emotional. And it's kind of like that. The athlete's going to get ripped, torn muscles, you know, get heat stroke or whatever, and, you know, pretty much pass out. So that's pretty much what happens during a bull run.
Yeah. So crypto winter, I just thought of a really easy, short way to say it. You can accumulate knowledge. You can accumulate your investments as well. It's a great time to buy. Everything's on sale, and it's not typically very volatile. So yeah, that's crypto winter. Yeah. Next question. With regards to holding an altcoin, My question is, how long do you hold for if you believe in a project? Do you just sell at a certain profit margin even if the project has more scope for growth built into the development? The project I'm thinking of as I write this is Harmony One. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. From Australia.
I mean, one thing is just seeing where they're going with a roadmap.
Yeah.
Look at their roadmap, see where they're wanting to head, see if they're meeting those goals.
Yeah.
And then if they're continually meeting those goals and are providing something valuable for the entire cryptosphere, then, why would you sell it, And
I mean, there's been a few times where you've asked me or asked my opinion on if we should sell a certain coin. And I said, oh, no. I want to wait and see what happens.
Exactly.
So for us too, we have such a good foundation with our investments that we can be much more speculative and flexible with the time that we have with altcoins, like our time spent having invested in them, holding them. So yeah, definitely balance that out with your own, again, investment plan. How long you're willing to hold it based on, maybe the promises that they're doing, but also, yeah, definitely take into consideration the scope that it could be, because this is how you benefit from getting in early. You stay in early, and then you can hold and see much more profits. Mm-hmm. So you can certainly take, not to say you have to keep everything you've ever invested in it. You can take profits. You can take out your original investment if you want and just see what the profits do. That could be a good plan. But yeah, absolutely take into consideration what they could do, because yeah, why wouldn't you? Last question for this AMA session. Is it a good idea to use buy limit orders to buy when there is an instant huge dip? Say Bitcoin goes to 28K in a matter of seconds and right back up. Wouldn't it be a smart way of getting Bitcoin at a discount? Thanks.
Putting limit orders is great. Yeah, set them low. That's how we got we bought at 43,000 yesterday.
Yeah.
And exactly at 43,000 to the dot. And yeah, I just had a limit order. And I'm just like, all right, that's perfect. And whether it drops another 10%, I couldn't care less. It's so funny because Heidi on her Twitter profile, she says, yeah, I can't believe it. I bought it, at 43,000. And people are like, it's going to dip more. It's going to dip more. I'm like, these people, oh my gosh, these people don't get it.
Yeah. I hope it dips more. It's going to go up
you
again.
Don't
and
get
I have
it.
a buy order that's at 40.
But Heidi's been saying this stuff since, Bitcoin was at
basically when people say that it's a very short-term mindset that they have.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. That's going to wrap it up for today's AMA. We will be getting a few more of these out this week. I think there's going to be about 4, so keep an eye out for those. Also, I will be doing a deep dive into Filecoin and into Matic. So keep an eye out for those videos as well.
Yeah. Why Filecoin? Because it's not being talked about, and it's totally undervalued. I love talking about coins that nobody's talking about. Yeah, we don't jump on the hype train. It's great.
We create the hype train.
With that said, guys, subscribe, stay disobedient, and don't follow sheep.
I'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.